Good morning, fans all over this great land. Baseball is in full swing in the desert. Opening weekend comes to a close on this lovely Sunday as the British Columbia Bombers match up with the Oregon Lumberjacks. In a matchup where something has to give, the Bombers come in with the highest team earned run average in the early going. Of course, it's early, but they're a full run above the Washington Blue Sox in that category. The Lumberjacks are only hitting a buck 85 as a team on the other end of things. That's in the bottom three out of the 8 teams. See how this matchup goes? I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Brian Yantelson. It is a privilege, as always, ladies and gentlemen, to be bringing you the action. What do you think of things, Brian? Opening weekend is coming to a close.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Already Sunday morning here in California. There's some big NFL games happening later today, but there's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you.
That's one of those situations, especially for the second game. Put the game on, put the NFL game on, mute it, and keep us in the picture, you guys. It really does mean a lot. Connor Gleason draws the start for Oregon. Out of Auckland, New Zealand, the 6'3", 230-pound right-hander at 25 years of age to get things started. And for the British Columbia Bombers, Taiichi Murakami will settle into the left-handed batter's box to get us going. Picture-perfect day at Palm Springs Stadium. Lumberjacks wearing their green tops and white bottoms. Connor Gleason also pulling up the high socks. Working out of the stretch, Murakami's good to go in the box, slightly close stance. And the first pitch, medium-high leg kick, is a slow bouncer back towards the middle, glove by the shortstop, C.J. Mervelis. Strong throw across in time. One pitch, one away at Palm Springs Stadium.
That'll certainly work for Gleason.
As Junior Coleman will settle in there, we'll take a look at the Bombers lineup. He'll be followed by Brandon Hoope. Alvin Goodwin will do the catching. Jordan Smith at first base bats fifth. Evan Laurie, the designated hitter. Jonathan Hall-Thompson, Garrett Gonzalez, and Kyle Richardson will round out the Bombers' order. First pitch from Gleason. First pitch swinging from Junior. He gives it a ride to center. Comfortably going back on it is Jonathan Paynion, who makes the over-the-shoulder catch.
All right, 2 pitches, 2 outs. These Bombers are excited to hit. Like you mentioned, Evan, they have been one of the more explosive offenses so far in the CWL. They're not wasting any time.
Coming in hitting .253 as a team, especially in the early going where the pitching has been fantastic. OPS just shy of 800. And with Brandon Hoope settling in, this is a strong young man. Part of a dangerous middle of the Bombers' order that's already emerged as a standout unit. First pitch, the fastball at the knees for a called strike.
You're absolutely right. Hoope, Goodwin, and Smith settling in as a dangerous 3-4-5 combination for the Bombers.
Bombers wearing their yellow tops and white bottoms as well. Right on right the matchup. Nobody on, 2 away in the top of the first. That misses up and in. Fastball coming in 91 miles an hour from Gleason. And at the moment, that would top out as the hardest fastball we've seen on now day 4 of the CWL. Gleason trying to work a 1-2-3 inning, and his 1-1 is on the outer half. He's ahead 1-2 to Hoope.
And you can hear it. You can hear it all the way from up here in the press box, the pop of the mitt. We'll see on this 1-2 if he attacks with that fastball or goes off speed.
Hoope trying to pick up his first hit, 0 for 7, despite all the hard-hit foul balls. Slow roller towards the hole at shortstop. Good play, Mervelis. Throws across his body in time to retire the side in order. Really good inning from Connor Gleason. Sets down the top of the Bombers lineup in order. As we head to the bottom of the first, the Lumberjacks will take their first swings when we return.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Just about ready for the bottom of the first on this lovely Sunday afternoon at Palm Springs Stadium. 71 degrees, mildly overcast, and the canyon's perfectly in view in center field. Zach Novus will draw the start for British Columbia. He's a local guy. He's actually one of the coaches for the local CPG post-high school, graduate program. Often at the end of the day when games are all done, we see them come over to practice. And the Bombers, they were in need of an arm today, so the lefty's here to give them some innings. Played a couple seasons at the NAIA ranks for the University of St. Mary in Kansas. Was told he gets his fastball into the mid to upper 70s, try to change some speeds, and give British Columbia some length. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they're coming in with a 4.90 ERA. That is the highest in the entire league. The next closest team to them is the Washington Blue Sox at 3.87. And that's still pretty good, Brian. That's more a testament to how good the pitching has been in the early going, where you just have this one team in the Bombers who, through 3 games, is a bit inflated. C.J. Mervelis will get us started. Left on right the matchup, slightly close stance from Novus, working out of the stretch. And the first pitch is swung on, lifted high in the air to left center. Brandon Hoope ventures into the alleyway to make the one-handed catch. These guys want to hit today.
Yeah, that's a big out for Novus because Mervelis yesterday came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning and immediately provided a spark, got a double, reached third on an error, and came around to score. So getting him off the base paths is key.
No score with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Luya Enomoto, the designated hitter, will bat. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back.
Maybe they want to go watch that Ravens-Chiefs game.
They must be in a hurry. Murakami and Coleman each swung at the first pitch for the Bombers. Same thing with Mervelis and Enomoto. Swings to the second offering, stays down to the second baseman, Kyle Richardson, who tosses to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Nick Atkins. We'll take a look at the rest of the Lumberjacks order. Atkins will be followed by Robbie Wheeler, the catcher, hitting cleanup. Damani Thomas bats 5th. Jonathan Pena's the 6th man. Si-Yun Kim hits 7th. Noah Areola will be the 8th man. Kobe Edwards will round out the order. First pitch from Novus. First pitch swing from Nick Atkins. He laces it into left field. A 2-out single for the Lumberjacks. And honestly, a couple good swings we've seen early, despite through 2 games hitting 185.
Yeah, some pretty decent contact there from Atkins, lining it into left field. Now the middle of this order will get to do some work.
Well, that'll bring up Robbie Wheeler. And we'll see Novus have to operate with a base runner. A different setup now. He's set up on the far third base side of the rubber, and initially it was more towards the middle with nobody on. And a first pitch swing from Wheeler, who trickles it foul towards the third base dugout. Yeah, these guys are in a hurry today.
Wheeler feeling comfortable, though, now wearing green, initially starting with the Washington Blue Sox. We expect him to still play with them as well, but helping the Lumberjacks out with the catcher.
Couple shakeouts from Novus, and now he's ready. Way out in front of a changeup is Wheeler. That came in at 66 miles an hour. Going down and away from the right-hander. No score, 2 away, a man on first. That's Atkins in the bottom of the first. And the 0-2. Another swing and a miss from Wheeler. He goes down on 3 pitches. First strikeout of the morning for Novus. Well, after Gleason sets down the Bombers, 1-2-3, a good clean inning from Zach Novus. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left. Through 1 full, we'll be right back at Palm Springs Stadium.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
We're going to come back just a little bit early for the top of the second. Connor Gleason just finishing up his warm-up pitches. It's not even the pitchers working all that quickly. Brian, I think these hitters, well, you mentioned it during the break, I think they're trying to get to the Chiefs and the Ravens game starting at noon Pacific time.
Yeah, I mean, that is an exciting game going on. AFC Championship, a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. But also got to credit these pitchers. You know, they're filling up the strike zone. The batters are seeing them there and just unable to make hard contact. But, you know, someone who has been making hard contact this week, the batter up right now, Alan Goodwin, 2 homers so far.
Well, you mentioned this about Jordan Smith in the last couple days. Goodwin with a tying home run in the 6th inning just a couple days ago against the Chill. That game ended in a 3-3 tie as the first pitch from Gleason is taken on the outside corner. 4, 5, 6 the hitters for British Columbia, who all 3 of their games have been wildly entertaining. Falling behind, fighting their way back, extra base hits all over the place. The next offering from Gleason is swung on and missed. Tied up Alan Goodwin with an up and in heater. So behind 0-2, no score in the top of the second. Goodwin part of this dangerous middle of the lineup for British Columbia. Out of the stretch he goes, off the hands, out to shortstop. All sorts of spin. Merciless stays down on it. Throws wide to first, and Noah Areola able to get off and apply the tag. As Jordan Smith will settle his way in, we'll take a look at the Lumberjacks defensively. Soo-Yeon Kim mans the hot corner. C.J. Mervelis at short. Nicholas Atkins is the second baseman. Noah Areola at first. Robbie Wheeler behind the plate. Damani Thomas taking care of things in left field. Jonathan Pena patrols center. Kobe Edwards in right. And, of course, Connor Gleason on the mound, working his second inning. Only took him 5 pitches to get through a 1-2-3 first as he gets a swing and a miss from Jordan Smith. Smith hit a leadoff double just a couple days ago in that 6th inning, right before Goodwin deposited a game-tying homer to left. Behind 0-1 now as Gleason comes set. That medium-high leg kick delivers upstairs with a fastball. Still sitting about 90, 91 miles an hour with the heater for the young man from New Zealand. Working comfortably out of the stretch. A lot of room in the middle of the infield. And the 1-1. Check swing, doesn't matter. Called a strike on the outer half. Smith behind 1-2.
Yeah, Mervelis, the shortstop, shaded towards the third base bag, but I trust him. Already 3 assists, 6-3, 6-3, and 6-3 in our scorebook. Not that hard to see what's going on.
Mervelis, a busy guy in the early going. 1-2 breaking ball. Misses up and in. Gleason didn't quite have the release on that. Connor's played some pro ball with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, led by one Stan Clyburn. Out here doing some managing. Wonder if we'll go back there this summer. The 2-2 misses in the dirt. Count moves to 3-2 on Smith after initially falling behind.
First full count and first real deep count we've seen in this game from either side, but especially the Bombers, who attacked the first pitch a lot in the first inning. Smith trying to make it pay off here. Get something going for BC.
An aggressive Bombers team looking for their first base runner. Scoreless, 1 out in the top of the second. The payoff from Gleason. Off the hands, it is popped up. First base side, right around the first base bag is Noah Areola, who makes the grab in fair territory. 5 up, 5 down for Gleason, and it'll bring up Evan Laurie. Laurie, the left-handed hitter, doing the designated hitting for British Columbia today. Laurie did not play yesterday in the Bombers' 11-8 loss to the Alberta Grizzly. British Columbia coming in, no wins, 2 losses, and a tie. First pitch from Connor is a called strike. Gleason filling up the strike zone early to an already aggressive Bombers lineup. As a loud jet plane goes whirling out towards center field, and Laurie out in front of a changeup. Not sure if you guys hear this on your end. Palm Springs Airport, about a mile or two away from us, out to center field, and that is a powerful jet engine.
I can barely hear you, Evan.
Reminds me of stories my dad tells of serving in Vietnam. As the 0-2 misses outside, 1-2 the count. Yeah, that's a powerful one. You can see it clearly, too. Virtually no clouds out to center field. The canyon's still perfectly in view. A gorgeous view, and that was one sight. The 1-2 with 2 away. Swung on and missed. The catcher Wheeler ended up having the ball pop out of his glove. Laurie walks back towards the dugout, so that'll finish off the strikeout on its own. First punch out of the morning for Connor Gleason, and he set down the first 6 men that he's faced today. To the bottom of the second we go. No score in our early matchup.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Five, 6, 7 coming up for Oregon with no score in the bottom of the second. Nick Atkins back to work out of the stretch, and he deals a changeup, and he gets a called strike from one Will Thomas. Will manning left field today. He'll be followed by Jonathan Pena and Si-Yun Kim. The corner infielders are playing back for British Columbia. Another changeup fades outside. One came in 71 miles an hour as the count moves to 1-1. Novus ready. Came in at 68 miles per hour as it misses in the dirt. Took a little off of that one. Well, the jet engine is out of our view. Probably a good thing for all of us. Flags are quiet in center as Novus delivers. Another changeup. And Thomas is out in front. Came in at 73 miles an hour. So in the early going, Novus only allowing the one base run to first, that being the hit to Nick Atkins, keeping the Lumberjacks off balance, down and in 3-2.
Yeah, with how aggressive they were in the first inning, pretty wise decision to take something off and take advantage of those aggressive swings.
So 3-2 the count to begin things in the bottom of the second. A swing and a miss from Thomas. Way out in front and an off-balance swing at a changeup. So back-to-back strikeouts for Atkins going back to the first. Second punch-out overall. It brings up Jonathan Pena.
When a lefty pitcher can throw a changeup to a right-handed batter tailing away from him, it is a beautiful sight to behold. Reminds me of John Means with the Baltimore Orioles.
Always love to see good changeups. First pitch right down the middle for a called strike to Pena. Let's take a look at the Bombers defensively. Brandon Hoope's in left. Junior Coleman patrolling things in center. Taichi Murakami, the right fielder. Garrett Gonzalez at third. Jonathan Hall Thompson, the shortstop. as that misses outside, 1-1. Kyle Richardson, the second baseman. Jordan Smith plays first. Alan Goodwin behind the plate. And, of course, Zach Novus working his second inning on the mound. 1 away in the bottom of the second. No score between the Bombers and Lumberjacks. Fastball misses a little inside as the lefty Pena darts out of the way of it. Left on left the matchup, expected to get up to 80 degrees today in Palm Springs. You see a little light breeze going left to right now. That's on the outer half, 2-2 the count.
Is it unfair to complain about heat in January?
Who says I was complaining?
No, I mean, I saw 80s and I was a little alarmed because I'm coming from Texas and I've been enjoying these 60, 70-degree days.
Check swing and called inside. The catcher, Alan Goodwin, popped up, was ready to fire it around the horn. They had to stop his motion. The count moves to 3-2. Back-to-back deep counts for Novus. And the payoff, that is right there on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Pena tossed the bat aside. I'm not quite sure why. So 3 consecutive strikeouts for Novus. 2 up, 2 down in the second.
Got to try to sell it. Gave it his best shot, but not going to be winning any Oscars coming up soon.
That's true. That was his only hope right there. Sometimes you got to pray for the call from the umpire. That brings up the 7th man, Si-Young Kim, who fouls the first pitch back to the screen. Novus trying to pick up potentially a 4th consecutive strikeout and a 1-2-3 second. No score early. At least at the moment, the powerful the powerful Bombers lineup being kept at bay as that breaking ball skips away from Alan Goodwin behind the plate. As the count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, for someone who didn't know that he was going to be pitching today, he is looking sharp.
I can feel a bit of that breeze too, Brian. It's a beautiful thing. Here's the 1-1. Slow changeup. Just a little bit upstairs. Well, it came in at 72. It looked slower, though, than the ones that have come in at 68.
Felt slow.
Must have felt slow, too, for Kim. A 2-1. That's on the outer half. Well, this is interesting. Back-to-back pitches that came in 72 miles an hour from the local coach on the mound. One looked like a changeup, though, and that one looked more like a fastball. Keeping Oregon guessing. The 2-2 is lifted high in the air to left center field. Brandon Houpe comfortably into the alleyway as he makes the one-handed squeeze. Another good inning from Novus. 1-2-3. Go the Lumberjacks. No score through 2, everybody. We'll be right back for the third.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
As we're just about ready for the top of the third, Sports Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to check out their signature haircut service, the MVP Haircut Experience, which includes a precision haircut, hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment. Connor Gleason ready to go for the third, and the Bombers just trying to make him at least sweat a little. So he takes a deep breath out of the stretch, and he gets the pitcher's call down and on the outside corner to Jonathan Hall-Thompson. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Bombers, looking for their first base runner. The 0-1 with no score in the third is huge foul at home plate. Garrett Gonzalez and Kyle Richardson, the 9-man, to follow for British Columbia. Thompson 1 for 7 with a triple in the early going and a couple RBIs this season. Even a couple guys for this Bombers team. Look out, as that breaking ball nails Thompson right in the back. And a break getting hit on an 0-2 pitch. First base run of the day for British Columbia. Let's see if they can make some noise with the bottom of their order. So that'll bring up Garrett Gonzalez. He's seen the ball well early. 3 for 7 with an RBI in the 2 games that he's played. Slightly open stance in the left-handed batter's box, holding the back elbow way up high as he slices that first one foul and out of play to the left side. Kind of an old school setup, holding the hands way up high. A little bit of Craig Counsell, that's what it reminds me of.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Not quite as dramatic, but looks like him.
There goes Hall Thompson, pitch taken outside. The throw down to second, and Thompson slides in safely head first. Probably one of the easier stolen bases we'll see all season long. Thompson runs very well, his first stolen base of the winter. And Gleason wasn't paying any attention to him as he was inching off of first. 1-1 the count, no outs, a man on second. Here's the 1-1. That's hit foul at the plate. As the count moves to 1-2, Gonzalez, at the very least, wanting to move Thompson to third. The center fielder, Jonathan Pena, a few steps towards the right center field alleyway, but the left fielder, Will Thomas, straight up, so a lot of room in left center. Breeze is slowed down. The 1-2 offering is cut on and missed by Gonzalez. 1 away in the third, and it brings up the 9th man, Kyle Richardson.
Now batting second baseman, Kyle
Richardson 1 for 5 with a hit by pitch. No extra base hits. Right on right the matchup. The second baseman, Nick Atkins, moving a couple steps towards second. Thompson with a good-sized lead. And the first pitch is a little low. The leadoff man, Murakami, waits on deck. The Bombers have been good in the early going, getting a lot of men on base and cashing in. And a deep breath from Gleason. Might have broken his bat. Slow roller out to short. Merville has been busy. Gloves it. Throws on the run in time. Up to third goes Thompson on the play. Seen a lot of C.J. Mervillus early, and he has been smooth at shortstop.
He sure has. 3 years of Division I experience. Looking good and confident at shortstop more than anything. You could just tell that he knows he can make the play, and he has so far.
Absolutely have to be confident to be a shortstop. So Murakami bats with Thompson at third. In the first pitch, an off-balance swing and a miss from Taichi. So Thompson was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count to start the inning, promptly stole second. The Bombers not able to bring him in yet. The 0-1, bounce towards the hole on the right side. Glove by Arriola. It's going to be a tough play. Gleason covering in time. Fine play all the way around from Noah Arriola and Connor Gleason, the big man getting over to cover. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left for the Bombers, and that was Thompson, wasting a no-out man on second base situation. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still deadlocked at no score.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
We are sailing along at Palm Springs Stadium as we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score between the Bombers and the Lumberjacks. Noah Areola, Kobe Edwards, and then the leadoff man CJ Mervelis, the scheduled hitters. And just one hit in the early going. Connor Gleason and Zach Novus back out for the Bombers, making quick work. As the first pitch is off the hands, it's carrying fairly well out to left, but Brandon Hoope has a beat on it. And another very quick out. This game is not even a half hour old, Brian.
Yeah, in the second inning, there was some better at-bats and more patience shown, but right back to the old ways from the first inning of just swinging at what everyone sees.
That'll bring up Kobe Edwards, 1 for 5, and that one's rolled foul up the third base line. A good play for the manager, David Peterson, in the third base coach's box. Got a comfortable room service hop. Slight breeze is picking back up again. This time, looks like it's going from right to left. Novus out of the stretch, and he deals to the righty. Look out! As Edwards lets the bat go flying out of his hands as he swings and misses. And it hit one of those poles right at the edge of the backstop towards the third base dugout. We saw yesterday, was it the Chill playing or the Blue Sox? It was one of those two teams where a guy launched his bat towards the third base side and nearly took out 3 teammates.
Yeah, it was the Chill. Very scary to see that.
The 0-2 with one away, fastball just high.
But you mentioned it's going to be 80 degrees today. Palms are sweaty.
Yeah, how about it? Gotta get the pine tar on the bat. Off the hands, trickling up the first base line, gloved by Smith. Ends up being a much easier play than I expected at first. He takes it to the bag himself. That was not a comfortable looking at bat for Kobe Edwards. I don't think he wanted any part of Novus. Ended up launching the bat, a swing and a miss, and then getting completely jammed on a roller to first. So the leadoff man, CJ Mervelis, will bat. He initially came into today 2 for his first 2 with a home run. Flew out to left on the first pitch of the game. First pitch, slow curveball taken outside. That came in 60 miles an hour.
I like that decision, though, because he has shown an ability to swing early, and you set a double and a home run, so keep him off balance.
Same exact pitch, that one taken at the knees. And CJ steps out and gives one of those looks going, are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do with this? 2 outs, nobody on base, bottom of the third. That ball is rocketed down the left field line. It's going to hook foul as Hoope was giving chase. Mervelis knew it was foul. He did not even leave the batter's box. So 1-2 the count, 2 away for the Lumberjacks. No score in the bottom of the third. Only 1 hit between both teams today. And that came from Nick Atkins back in the first for Oregon. Down and inside, and it bounces away from the catcher Goodwin as the count moves to 2-2. So Zach Novus just in to give the Bombers a bit of length, just an extra arm, a unit that has come in, granted through 3 games, but is with the worst pitching numbers as a team, giving them a very good outing. Broken bat, looped out to first base, leaping grab by Jordan Smith. To retire the side. That's an El Paseo Jewelers web gem. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic play by Jordan Smith to prevent a base runner. Well, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings from Zach Novus and the Bombers. No score through 3 full. We'll be right back, you guys. Two, 3, 4 coming up for the Bombers. Junior Coleman, Brandon Hoope, and Alan Goodman. As we move to the top of the fourth, no score between the Bombers and Lumberjacks. British Columbia trying to pick up its first hit. Gleason has been close to untouchable in the early going. The tall right-hander getting it into the upper 80s and low 90s. Right off the end of the bat, squibbed up the first base line and picked up and taking it to the bag himself is Noah Areola. There's another off-balance swing from a hitter today. Connor Gleason keeping this Bombers lineup quiet. Just one hit batter to their credit, as Gleason wanted a new baseball. Well, we'll see second time through the order what British Columbia is able to do. No action in either bullpens. Granted, virtually no pitch counts for Connor Gleason and Zach Novus. First pitch out of the stretch is a changeup that sails inside at 80 miles an hour. So Hoope is 0 for 8 in the early going. This is a young man, though, where just watching him, he will hit. Rocketed towards the hole on the right side, past the diving Nick Atkins for a base hit. 100 miles per hour off the bat on that one. And you can tell from looking at it, that was a rocket.
And pretty good timing on your comment that he will hit.
You gotta love the announcer's positivity or the announcer's curse one way or another. First hit of the day for British Columbia comes with one out in the top of the fourth in a scoreless ball game. And that brings up Goodwin. A lot of power from the catcher. So he takes a heater for a strike. Gleason reared back and fired that one, coming in at 90. Hoope with a short 2.5-step lead off of first. As the 0-1, just low. Hoope also wearing one of those base running mittens that you started to see more and more over the past 5, 6, 7 years in the big leagues. Lumberjacks looking to turn two. There goes the runner. Pitch swung on a miss. Throw down to second. Head first dive from Hoope. And out is the call from the first base umpire. A very late call. Looked like a hit and run was on. Goodwin went after a high fastball, a very high fastball, just to try and protect the runner. Caught stealing regardless. So now 2 away and nobody on. 1-2 the count. Can't blame the Bombers, trying to just put something in motion, offense being tough to come by in this scoreless game. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Off the end of the bat, slow roller to third. Kim stays down on it, across the diamond, and he's able to get Alan Goodwin by half a step. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Brandon Hoope was erased on the caught stealing, and we are quickly through 3.5 at Palm Springs Stadium. We'll be right back.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers all about.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Here we are for the bottom of the fourth inning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Brian Janselson. No score. Zach Novus back on the mound, working his fourth inning. So far, matching Connor Gleason toe to toe. And I mentioned just a moment ago how easy these pitchers have made it look, each of them only surrendering one base runner. Zach Novus, only 34 pitches through 3, and Connor Gleason 37 through 4. Talk about making it look easy. Left on left the matchup as Enomoto drops that one right off of home plate, and that's going to be an infield hit. Kyle Richardson, the second baseman, charged it as best he could, but too much speed out of the left-handed batter's box from Luyu Enomoto.
Yeah, nearly impossible play there for Richardson. He tried his best to be patient, wait for the hop, and then get it over there, but that is just a solidly placed ball for Enomoto.
And in a game like this where the pitching has been so good, a break like that might be all you need. And now Novus has to keep an eye on the speedy Enomoto with Atkins at the plate, and Enomoto draws a throw.
Yeah, we just saw how quickly he got down the first baseline. Would not surprise me whatsoever. If he can time him up, it's hard to go off of a left-handed pitcher, of course. He's looking right at you, but if he goes on first move, he might have second base.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch by Atkins, who singled back in the first. And Enomoto does love to run. He's stolen 3 bags so far. And only 2 games played. That is ripped foul into the Lumberjacks bullpen. As the count moves to 0-2.
We should caution that Alan Goodwin has looked spectacular behind the plate. It has not been easy to run on him whatsoever. So 0-2 count. Let's see if they test him.
As Luyu Enomoto, good lead off of first and another throw over. Goes back in, standing up ahead of the tag from Jordan Smith.
Pretty good move by Novus, keeping him guessing at first.
The center fielder Coleman and right fielder Murakami playing very deep. And there goes the runner. Pitch is swung on off the end of that, looped in the center. Coleman froze at first. Now he comes running in. He makes the catch as Enomoto retreats back to first. Of course, with 2 strikes, Atkins has to go after that pitch, but Enomoto had a humongous jump.
Yep, he sure did.
So they'll bring up Robbie Wheeler. He came into today 1 for 6 with the strikeout in the first. Now he's 1 for 7, this being the 3rd game for Oregon. Slow breaking ball, 61 miles an hour, in for a strike. We've seen Zach Novus whip that pitch out a few times now. So he gets his sign, he's set. Shorter lead from Enomoto. Tries another breaking ball outside. 59 miles an hour. That's a tough adjustment for anybody. And such a contrast. Novus topping out in the low 70s, seeing a lot of pitches in the 60s, and Gleason 88 to 91. Inside 2-1 the count.
That's what makes baseball a beautiful game, though, right? Both styles can work.
Oh, it is. No score in the bottom of the 4th. You have a man on first, that's Luyu Enomoto, who had an infield hit to start the inning. Long hold from Novus, trying to keep the runner close. Slide step, and that's hit foul at the plate. And with what you just said, Brian, about the contrast, it always takes me back to, pretty sure it was an all-star game image a handful of years ago of Aaron Judge standing at second and Jose Altuve right next to him. Of course, almost right around a foot difference in height. yet both All-Stars and MVP candidates. Slow roller out to shortstop. Thompson stays down, flips over to second for one, and a wild throw to first as it goes towards the dugout. It's backed up nicely by Alan Goodwin, the catcher. And what's going on here? They're going to call interference on Enomoto at second. I don't know what exactly happened there. If he went in with an aggressive slide or what it was, but regardless, it's going to be a double play. So 6-4-3 for those keeping score at home, and it retires the side in the fourth. Atkins facing the minimum that time. No runs, a hit, and nobody left. No score through 4 innings.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
We're ready for the top of the 5th inning, ladies and gentlemen. Still no score. 5, 6, 7 coming up for the Bombers. Jordan Smith, Evan Laurie, Jonathan Hall-Thompson. Connor Gleason will get back to work for his 5th inning after only allowing 1 hit in the early going. Right on right the matchup. Gleason still working out of the stretch on this beautiful Sunday morning. Swing and a miss from Smith, who popped out his only at-bat. We have a hockey line change of changes, everybody. So Yushin Ota will take over at first for Noah Areola. Michael Forrest is the new second baseman in place of Atkins, as the 0-1 is taken on the inside corner. 0-2 the count to Smith. Chris Bliscoll is the new third baseman. Kazuya Ohira is the new shortstop. Brandon Fields is the new center fielder. Guan Ming Liu is the new right fielder. Everything else seems to be the same. The 0-2 pitch, check swing. They appeal the call to first, no swing.
Gotta say thank you to the Lumberjacks manager, David Peterson, for alerting us of those changes way early on. Something about those San Antonio natives just really doing the things right.
Well, they're good people in San Antonio, after living there a bit myself. As a breaking ball's in there for a called strike 3. Brian showing his homer tendencies. I can respect that.
I don't know. Just stating the facts over here.
I love some funny words from Brian once in a while. So they'll bring up the designated hitter, Evan Laurie. Struck out his only at-bat in the second. And no score. There is action in the Bombers' bullpen. Looks like Tyler Knight, the right-hander, getting warmed up. First pitch swinging is Laurie, and he foul tips that one into the glove of Robbie Wheeler. 0-1 with 1 away. So Connor Gleason, Nick Atkins have made these offenses look lifeless. That one's a soft line drive and caught out of the air by Yushin Ota. Bit of a humpback liner. So 2 up, 2 down. Jonathan Hall Thompson will be the hitter. He was hit by a pitch back in the third. Ended up moving to second with nobody out via stolen base. Stranded at third. That has been the only real opportunity from British Columbia. First pitch swinging is Thompson, and he hits it foul at the plate. This will likely be Connor Gleason's final inning as he sits with 2 outs in the fifth. No action in the Bombers bullpen, so expect Zach Novus to come back out. The 0-1 delivery is popped up right around home plate. Gleason was pointing, and the first baseman, Yushin Ota, makes the call and the catch right next to the mound. Good communication right there. Ota ended up losing his hat. Guangming Liu brings it into him from right field. So a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fifth. Looks like it only took about 6 or 7 pitches. To the bottom of the fifth we go. There's Zach Novus ready to get back to work. No score in our first game of the day at Palm Springs Stadium.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we had to come back just a little bit late. There's one away now in the bottom of the fifth. On 2 pitches, Will Thomas lined out sharply to the center fielder Junior Coleman. We're going to have a bunch of those new hitters coming up. So Brandon Fields, batting in the 6th spot for Jonathan Pena, came into play center last inning, and he takes low from Zach Novus. Tyler Knight continues to loosen in the Lumberjacks bullpen. Wonder if he'll come in for Gleason for the 6th. Fouled straight back into the screen. Brian right next to me had his hands up just in case.
Always ready. Doesn't mean I'd catch it, but I'm ready.
We could get a couple of them. We had one a couple days ago where it had the right angle but not enough life. As that's hit softly foul towards the Lumberjacks dugout. Looks like somebody there made a nice play. That was Kobe Edwards making the grab by the dugout railing.
Novus doing a nice job getting ahead of Fields, but I'd be very careful. A lot of pop in this bat.
That 1-2 is popped straight up and over our heads. Yep, directly over our heads. Waiting for it once again to hit the roof. No score. A true pitcher's duel with one away in the bottom of the 5th. That one's hit hard off the glove of the second baseman, Richardson, as it dies in right field. A base hit for Brandon Fields off the bench. Just the 4th hit of the day combined. 3rd one for Oregon. And a 1-out base runner.
Like I said, there just seems to be a different sound when the ball hits the bat of Brandon Fields, South Carolina recruit. Went to Texas for a time. A lot of talent.
Chris Bliscoll takes a pitcher's pitch. for a strike on the outside corner, hitting in the 7th spot in place of the old third baseman Si-Yun Kim. Left on left. There goes the runner from first. Pitch taken for a strike. The throw down is late, and it trickles into center field. Fields didn't realize it as Coleman, the center fielder, backs it up nicely. Stolen base for Fields as the count moves to 1-1. This is the first time all day that the Lumberjacks have had a man on second base. Yep, that's right. See what they can do with it. There goes the runner again. Pitch swung on and missed. So Bliscoll's down on strikes, and Fields steals third. Novus paid absolutely no attention to Brandon Fields, so on back-to-back pitches, he gets a couple stolen bases. Those also his first 2 stolen bases of the young season. First pitch swinging as that ball is lined foul and out of play down the right field line. That's Guan Ming Liu. No, excuse me, that's Yushin Ota. Ota hitting in the 8th spot in place of Noah Areola. Way out in front. Went down to a knee. Coming up empty on that 0-1 offering as the count moves to 0-2. So Zach Novus trying to work through some trouble in the 5th. His 0-2 delivery, a high bouncer out to second. Tough hop, Richardson handles it, deposits over the first. That retires the side. Novus able to work around his first bit of trouble, dealing with a man on third, that being Brandon Fields. 1 man left, no runs, and 1 hit. We're through 5 full of Palm Springs Stadium. No score.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
To keep up to date with everything California Winter League, follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at California Winter League and on Twitter at Cal Winter League. Or visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. Not a whole lot of offense through 5 innings, ladies and gentlemen, where we move to the top of the 6th. And a new pitcher for Oregon, Tyler Knight, will take over in relief of Connor Gleason, who went the first 5. Knight, the 6'5", lanky 180-pound right-hander, 21 years of age, out of Incline Village, Nevada. I wonder where that, well, now I'm curious. I wonder where that is in Nevada. Once you leave the 3 big cities, there's a lot of nothing out there. Well, that'll be a task for a different time, perhaps, as Garrett Gonzalez will settle back into the left-handed batter's box. A different look for these Bombers hitters. See if they're able to get some offense going. Gonzalez struck out his only at-bat. The first pitch is way inside, and it goes to the backstop. Coming in at 79 miles per hour, whatever that pitch was. Just 1 hit for British Columbia, as that's up and away 2-0 the count. 78 miles per hour right there. Breeze picking up a bit more. We're feeling a little bit more of it in the press box. Even see it going on some of the players' jerseys. As the 2-0 out of the windup misses down and away. So Gonzalez works ahead 3-0, and I would think we'll see a take sign. So Gonzalez is ready. Knight with a big leg kick out of the windup, and it looks like Gonzalez does take all the way, and he takes a strike. The center fielder Fields is playing shallow. Lou and Thomas in right and left. Pretty straight up as Gonzalez takes upstairs. A leadoff walk issued by Knight. And in the scoreless game in the top of the sixth, the Bombers, another opportunity to manufacture a run.
Yet another San Antonio native doing something productive today, Garrett Gonzalez, Madison High School product in San Antonio, Texas.
You said that one with your chest, too. I love it, Brian. So Richardson bounced out to short his only time up in the third, and he takes a strike. The Lumberjacks will look to turn two. That Gonzalez walk, only the third base runner for British Columbia. Big leg kick, and Knight delivers a fastball inside. Trying to work around some trouble. Both bullpens are active. And the 1-1, a little outside.
And Evan, I think we have our sign as to the Bombers putting in a new pitcher because Novus is in the stands now, being congratulated by some friends and perhaps players of his since he does coach that postgraduate team.
There we go. Novus was excellent. As a breaking ball is taken for a strike. Looked like it at least. Yep, it was a strike. 2-2 the count. So Gleason with the first 5, only surrendering 1 hit, no runs. Excuse me, that was called a ball actually. So 3-1. It looked like a strike. And that next offering is way outside. So back-to-back walks to start the 6th for Knight coming out of the bullpen, just to finish the lineup on Gleason. So only three strikeouts. A lot of weak contact though. No walks, the hit batter, 1 hit, and no runs. As time is called, here comes David Peterson out of the bullpen. And once again, there is action for the Lumberjacks. That's looks like it's Shinichi Suzuki who's down there throwing. Perhaps trying to stall a little bit and, frankly, trying to calm down the young right-hander who is fighting his command just a little bit.
Yeah, a bit of a different look than what the Bombers saw out of Gleason. So effective, working so quickly. Coming out of the bullpen, Knight just has to take a deep breath. I love this visit from David Peterson. Have a chat with him. Catcher coming out as well, Robbie Wheeler, saying, calm down. You know what to do. Still plenty of opportunities to get out of this inning, although it will be tough with the runners on first and second. Nobody out, and the top of the Bombers order up.
Dangerous situation. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Bombers came into today as the second leading team as far as hitting is concerned. And the first pitch swung on and lined out of play down the left field line off the bat of Taiichi Murakami. He's 0 for 3. Shane Gustafson is throwing in the Bombers bullpen, so he'll be the next pitcher with Novus's day seeming to be done. High leverage spot for Tyler Knight. Checks the runner once, and his 0-1 is a slow breaking ball that sails outside. 65-mile-per-hour curve.
And you noticed it at the same time I did, Gustafson warming. If the Bombers score with what we saw out of Gustafson yesterday, could be over if the Bombers get ahead.
The 1-1 pitch, a little outside. Tyler Knight nibbling. The shortstop, Kazuya Ohira, playing behind the runner at second, that being Gonzalez. The 8-9 hitters drew walks for the Bombers. That 2-1, and he gets the call on the outer half. As the breeze is picking up more, going left to right. See it on the flags. Not quite full tilt, but close to it. And we're feeling it in the press box. Trying to keep the paper steady. The 2-2 pitch is way outside. Tried another curveball, did Knight. The last thing you want to do is walk the bases loaded with nobody out, especially with all these thumpers looming for British Columbia. The relievers continue to warm up. The 3-2 pitch is hit softly foul towards the Bombers' dugout.
A lot of room for Murakami on the left side of the infield with Ohila covering the bag. If he can slap one over there. Left fielder also playing pretty deep. Could be the opportunity the Bombers need for a run.
Knight is set, a deep breath. He deals a 3-2 again. Fouled straight back just to our left in the press box. A good battle right now, looming. Waiting for the 8th pitch of this at bat is Murakami. Garrett Gonzalez at second. Kyle Richardson at first. Scoreless game in the top of the 6th. The 3-2 again. Curveball off the hands, out to center. Fields is charging, and he makes the grab. He throws behind the runner at second. Out is the call at second base. A base running mistake from Garrett Gonzalez. Caught leaning off the second base bag. Great closing speed from Fields to make a nice play in center. And a line drive double play. A potential rally killer for the Bombers. I can't believe that.
A phenomenal play by Fields, faking out the runner, put his glove up as if he knew it was going to drop, but he knew he could get there, caught it, and then threw it on a rope to get the runner.
And there goes Richardson, pitch taken low, and the throw was way up the first base side, and it ended up hitting Kyle Richardson. It looks to be okay. The ball scooted out towards the shortstop position, and was picked up by Michael Forrest. So the count moves to 1-0 on Junior Coleman. The Bombers at least have a man in scoring position again after the line drive double play and base running mistake from Gonzalez. Big lead at second from Richardson. Likely to score on a base hit. Knight not out of the woods yet. That one's popped up. Medium deep center field. Brandon Fields has it lined up, and he makes the grab to retire the side in the top of the 6th. Tyler Knight came out of the bullpen, walked the 2 men he faced, aided by a line drive double play. The Bombers leave a man, not recording a hit, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Scoreless. Still deadlocked at 0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, visit Palm Springs Stadium this winter and take advantage of Margarita Monday. Brought to you by Luxury Pools Design and Construction with discounted ballpark margaritas 2 for Tuesdays with 2 tickets for the price of 1, along with Locals Wednesdays for Coachella Valley residents and Out-of-Towner Thursdays for out-of-town U.S. residents, both with $5 admission. Come catch winter baseball and cash in on great deals. Visit CaliforniaWinterly.com for more information and the Stadium Box office for tickets. Shane Gustafson takes over on the mound for British Columbia, and he delivers a strike to the 9-man Guan Ming Liu. Liu came in for Kobe Edwards, and he swings and misses at that one. So a game that's been flying along, only 4 combined hits. Gustafson gets the called third strike. Liu goes down on 3 pitches to start the 6th. As the ball gets away and comes back into Gustafson. It's been a lot of that. Well, not a lot of strikeouts, but quick outs. and very uncompetitive looking at bats. Truly a credit to the pitching. And the first pitch is taken outside by Kazuya Ohira. Outside, 2-0 the count. Ohira came in for C.J. Mervelis as a part of that big hockey line change back in the 5th. So his first at bat of the day, tied up and swinging and missing at a fastball. So 2-1 the count, 1 away and nobody on. Pitch taken outside. Gustafson, he's been sitting about 88 to 90 miles an hour. But that crossfire right-handed delivery sets up on the far third base side with the 3/4 arm slot. Right off the hand to start the foul, comes back fair. Garrett Gonzalez picks it up, and he has plenty of time to throw out Ohira.
Nice job by Gonzalez to get around that baseball and then be able to load up to make the long throw over to first.
So now to be Luya Enomoto. So he's batting for himself, his third at bat of the day. 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Caught stealing as part of a failed hit and run. So he takes a first pitch heater on the inside corner. And Gustafson, it's the second game out of the bullpen, threw a couple scoreless innings against the Chill in that 3-3 tie a couple days ago as the next offering misses inside. 5 punch-outs in that outing. Not a comfortable-looking guy to face. The next pitch to the lefty, Enomoto misses outside.
Yeah, he's been electric. On the day that he pitched, he was in the top 4 for velocities on the mound, thanks to our great analytics department for providing those numbers.
2-1 is fouled at the plate off of the catcher, Alan Goodwin.
We also know that his wicked slider moves more than most here at the CWL so far.
Didn't it come up as the highest spin rate we saw of any pitch, if I'm not mistaken?
That is correct.
The 2-2 with 2 away. No score in the bottom of the 6 is that slider that sails outside as the count moves to 3-2.
I'm surprised to see the second baseman Richardson so deep last time the infield single for Enomoto right to where he is.
That one's lined foul and out of play down the left field line towards the bounce house.
Guess you could say with how hard Gustafson throws, Enomoto's more likely to slash it the other way, but he has been able to pull the ball so far today, and there's a lot of room on the right side of the infield.
The 3-2 again. That sails outside. So a 2-out walk drawn by Luya Enomoto. And you got to be careful with him with all that speed. And again, only 4 combined hits between both teams. It brings up Michael Forrest, hitting in the place of Nick Atkins in the 3rd spot. And he takes a first pitch fastball outside.
Even just the threat of Enomoto going could disrupt Gustafson right there. He yanked that all the way to the opposite batter's box.
He has a big lead over there. I would think he'll take off. He does not go, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Forrest. A very late swing at that.
Yeah, I think that one was outside as well. Could have been 2-0 instead, 1-1 back in the count for Gustafson.
Shinichi Suzuki, the right-hander, warming up in the Lumberjacks bullpen. A check on the run. Oh, they caught him leaning. And Enomoto just able to dive back safely. So he was ready to go.
He was, and that was an excellent move by Gustafson.
Yeah, decent speed for a big guy out there. The runner does not go, and Forrest swings and misses. The count moves to 1-2, 2 away. Gustafson out of the bullpen, trying to work around a walk and pitch a scoreless 6th. Trying to send his Bombers to the 7th. Well, and they have Enomoto on the rundown. They throw back to second. It's bobbled by Thompson, and Enomoto's going to be safe at second base. He took off running. Gustafson stepped off and threw behind him to the first baseman Smith, and then Jordan Smith one-hopped the throw to the shortstop Thompson. Wonder how that one's going to be scored. It's either going to be an error on Smith or a stolen base for Enomoto. And it looks like it will go down as an error on Smith. Trickled up the first base line, foul. Just barely getting a piece of that is Forrest. Also been a very well-played defensive game so far. Haven't been any diving catches necessarily, but clean all the way around. That was only the first error for either side. And in the first few days, defense has been a main factor, often a deciding factor for whichever team loses. Back towards the middle, and over to get it is Richardson. Throws on his back foot just in time to retire Forrest. So despite the man in scoring position, Shane Gustafson works a clean inning out of the bullpen. We're through 6 full at Palm Springs Stadium. No score between the Bombers and the Lumberjacks. We'll be right back for the top of the last.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Top of the last at Palm Springs Stadium, and we are scoreless between the British Columbia Bombers and the Oregon Lumberjacks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Brian Janselson. This is the part of the lineup you want if you're British Columbia. Brandon Hoope, Alan Goodwin, and Jordan Smith. All strong young men, all thunder, capable of coming off of their bats. And a new pitcher for Oregon, Kunimasa Suzuki, will take over on the mound. The 6-foot, 190-pound right-hander, 23 years of age, out of Japan. Also listed as a first baseman. He's on in relief of Tyler Knight, who pitched a scoreless 6th inning despite walking the first 2 men he faced. Unsure if we would go to extra innings if it came to that. I would not expect it to be the case. There's no action in either bullpen. A quick meeting on the mound between the catcher Wheeler and Suzuki, and it looks like we are good to go. Brandon Hoope singled his last time up on a 100-mile-per-hour line drive out to right field, that being his first hit of the young season. Suzuki out of the stretch, first pitch swinging, and that one is a soft liner foul towards the first base side by Hoope.
And just caught a glimpse of both managers, David Peterson, Tom Bates, having a conversation with field coordinator Barry Moss. He is kind of in charge of everything on-field-wise here at the CWL, perhaps discussing that of, hey, if we do go to extra innings, do you want to get there?
Kunimasa comes set and deals a breaking ball that sails outside. That came in at 63 miles an hour.
At the end of the day, we are here for development, so if there are guys they feel they need to get in a game, then they'll go to extra innings, but if not, they might just call it.
That 1-1 is swung on and missed. Hoope out in front of that 71-mile-an-hour breaker. Kind of acted a bit as a cutter. And again, no action either bullpen, so I would expect this to be it, no matter what. The 1-2 pitch to start the top of the 7th. That one's lifted high in the air to left field. Will Thomas started back, came in a couple steps, and puts it away. Suzuki just able to get Hoope out in front enough. So he got decent wood on it.
Yeah, Hoope had to chase with 2 strikes, protecting it was quite a bit outside, but you can't blame him. Unable to get good wood on it and is out number 1.
And that'll bring up Alan Goodwin. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 for 8 overall with a couple home runs as he takes a strike.
57 miles an hour on that pitch.
Really? Wonder what Goodwin's thinking after seeing that.
Wait back.
Right on right the matchup, and probably a similar speed that misses outside.
56.
And this is one of those situations, I'm still surprised to see virtually every hitter still in the back of the box. But a guy like this, you'd move up, you would think. Look out, that one right over the head of Alan Goodwin. And a big change of speeds, that came in at 70 miles an hour.
He's just teasing these guys, saying, I'll throw it slow, get you to wait back on it, and then pump it right past you.
Goodwin trying to get on base, maybe do some damage. The Bombers only have 1 hit. As that one's lifted, short left center field. Thomas and Fields converge, and it's Brandon Fields, the center fielder, who makes the call in the grab.
I'd say it's working. Those are 2 off-balance swings from the 2 powerful hitters in the middle of the Bombers lineup. Hoope and Goodwin not looking comfortable against Suzuki.
And it's left to Jordan Smith. He's 0 for 2, struck out his last at-bat. He's 3 for 7 overall with a double and a home run. We saw him just a few days ago hit a 443-foot homer. And he swings and misses at the first offering. Difficult adjustment to make, especially with Gleason starting the game, sitting 88 to 91, and now you have a guy in Suzuki who's topping out at 70-71. And a 58-mile-per-hour breaking ball misses low. 2 outs and nobody on in a scoreless game in the top of the 7th between the Bombers and the Lumberjacks. The 1-1 out of the stretch is a little high. It's the middle of the lineup coming up for Oregon next inning. Wheeler, Thomas, and Fields. The 2-1 offering. Check swing, doesn't matter, called a strike. A pitcher's pitch at that. It was definitely off the box. Jordan Smith exchanging a couple words with the home plate umpire, Brendan Boucher. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on in this scoreless game in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Kunimasa Suzuki is low. As the count moves full, the left fielder, Thomas, respecting the power of Smith, everybody else straight up. The flags are quiet on this beautiful Sunday. The 3-2 pitch. Foul tipped off the mask of Wheeler. We'll do it again.
You never want to put the go-ahead run on first, but I'd be awfully careful if I'm Suzuki here. These are some big swings from Smith. We saw what he can do, and if you leave one over the plate, you might not see it again.
Definitely can't give Smith anything too good. As Suzuki comes set, and his pitch, lifted foul and out of play to the right side. Jordan trying all he can to wait back on a 57-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
57-mile-per-hour breaking ball with an exit speed of 102 off the bat on that foul ball.
That was, well, it says 102. That can't be right.
It was hit pretty hard, so like I'm saying, really testing these limits.
The 3-2 again is way outside. Smith draws a 2-out walk, and the go-ahead run is aboard at first. And I wonder if we'll see a pinch runner come out of the Bomber dugout.
We do have a pinch hitter for the Bombers. Dylan Smith coming into bat for Evan Laurie.
That's interesting. Smith is listed as a pitcher. Well, let's see if we can get some thunder off the bench from British Columbia. Jordan Smith remains at first. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled off the glove of Robbie Wheeler. So Smith hitting in the place of the designated hitter Evan Laurie in the 6th spot. Looks like it'll be Dylan Smith's first at-bat of the season. as he takes upstairs. Interesting decision from the manager, Tom Vaith. Guess one of those situations where, again, developmental league, Dylan Smith wanted to get an at-bat. See about playing both sides of the ball. And the 1-1 is taken for a strike. 1-2 the count. Kunimasa Suzuki ended up losing Jordan Smith on a walk, trying to work a scoreless 7th and give his Lumberjacks a chance to win it. The 1-2 at 2 away. A slide step, check swing, a little outside. Didn't miss by much. Not a whole lot of speed from Jordan Smith either, so you would have to get a ball into the alleyway. Outfield playing shallow, except for Will Thomas in left. The 2-2 at 2 away. Curveball just outside. 2 pitches that did not miss by much.
Solid take by Smith there to force the full count. Now you'll get an advantage. Runner will be off from first. Make up for that lack of speed of Smith at first.
Thompson waits on deck. Smith will be off and running. The first baseman, Oda, playing behind him. Suzuki set in the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Kunimasa Suzuki. And the Bombers have the go-ahead run at second base. After making quick work of Hoope and Goodwin, he's put the next 2 men aboard, that being Jordan Smith and Dylan Smith off the bench. And a quick meeting on the mound. Robbie Wheeler, the catcher, pops up, and it's Jonathan Hall-Thompson. Hit by a pitch in the third. He was stranded at third. That was the best opportunity British Columbia has had. Only 1 hit for the Bombers, and he popped out to first his last time up. A decent lead from Jordan Smith. And the first pitch is swung on, hit softly towards the middle. O'Hara charges, gloves it, throws on the run, just in time to get Thompson, who takes his helmet off in frustration. So Kunimasa Suzuki made things a little interesting for himself with back-to-back 2-out walks. Able to set down the Bombers, who leave 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Lumberjacks looking to win it in their final at-bat. We'll be right back.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the last at Palm Springs Stadium. Shane Gustafson back out to work his second inning out of the bullpen in relief of Zach Novus. He'll face Robbie Wheeler, Will Thomas, and Brandon Fields. Also a new second baseman, Michael Rodriguez, up off the bench in the place of Kyle Richardson. He's playing way over to the right side with the hard throwing Gustafson. Slow roller to the left side. Cut off by the third baseman Gonzalez. Double clutches. And he still has plenty of time to throw out Wheeler. 1 pitch, 1 away for Gustafson and the Bombers. In this scoreless ball game, only 4 combined hits between British Columbia and Oregon. And now it's Will Thomas.
The athletic plays continue from Gonzalez at third. He's gone towards the bag. Now he charged into his other side, making it look easy at the hot corner.
And the first pitch is that slider taken for a strike. All of a sudden, there's action in both bullpens. I'm not sure if it's just guys getting work or if they might go to an extra inning if needed after all. Way out in front of another breaking ball is Thomas. And they just got up and loosening a moment ago. That's Chen Sin Sai, who's warming up for the Lumberjacks. See what happens here. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Thomas knew it. He goes down on 3 pitches. Second strikeout of the morning for Shane Gustafson. And it's left to Brandon Fields. He recorded one of the 3 hits for Oregon back in the 5th. Also stole a couple bases, left at third. And he takes a strike. I am going to assume that we're going to extra innings unless the Lumberjacks can do something with 2 outs. Trickled foul at the plate. The count moves to 0-2. Gustafson has only thrown 6 pitches in the 7th inning. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on for the Lumberjacks, and no score in this deadlock pitcher's duel. He deals way out in front of a breaking ball. Back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts recorded by Shane Gustafson. 2 more excellent innings out of the bullpen. Well, let's see what's going on here. I see some high fives from British Columbia guys. I don't see the Lumberjacks taking the field. I see David Peterson talking to, looks like Chen Sin Sai. Let's see. I see somebody taking the field now for Oregon. And it looks like we are going to play an 8th inning after all in this scoreless game. We'll be right back, you guys. For the first time in this young season, we're going to extra innings. It's not going to be a guarantee in tie ball games after 7 for the regular season, but you have one of those situations where the pitching was so good, and at least for the Lumberjacks, they wanted to make sure that Chen Sin Sai was able to get some work. 6 foot, 190-pound right-hander out of Pingtung, Taiwan. Played his college ball at Jianan Pharmacology University for the 27-year-old. And he's scheduled to face Garrett Gonzalez, Kyle Richardson, and the leadoff man, Taichi Murakami. Well, actually, beg your pardon. That'll be Rodriguez, who will be in the spot of Richardson, as he came in to play second base last inning. A meeting on the mound between Sai and the catcher Wheeler. Seems like Wheeler's done a very good job with his mound visits and handling his pitchers out there.
That's what catching is all about. You are the captain of your rotation.
Also a psychologist, too. Gonzalez with his hands held way up high for the left-hander, and a pitch taken for a strike. And they are going to put a runner at second base. That's Jonathan Hall-Thompson out there, who made the final out in the 7th. Wasn't sure if they were going to do it that way. I'd heard 2 different things, as that one's fouled back to the screen. So 0-2 the count. Thompson with very good speed at second. So 0-2 the count, no score, playing in the 8th inning of the normal 7-inning regulation game. The 0-2 slide step sails outside.
And we
Little extra chatter from the Lumberjack dugout right now.
Yeah, and we get to see the competitive nature of these games. While it is about development, these guys, of course, want to win. So how much do you see things like bunting, moving guys over, sacrifice flies?
The 0-2 is laced into center field. That's going to get in for a hit. Hall Thompson is around third, and the throw comes in from Fields on one hop. It's going to be late. Too much speed from Jonathan Hall Thompson, and an RBI single for Garrett Gonzalez.
Hey, where's Gonzalez from again?
San Antonio.
Ah, that's right.
Well, I love San Antonio too. And Brian really loves the San Antonio people. And now it'll be Michael Rodriguez, his first at-bat of the day. And I wish whoever's on point streak the best of luck with dealing with the ghost runner on second base. The first pitch is taken inside, so it is an unearned run that is charged to the pitcher whenever a ghost runner comes around. So 1-0 the count. Slide step off the hands. That one's lifted to short left field. Thomas comes sprinting in, and he makes the grab. Gonzalez has to go back to first after picking up the RBI single. So it's now 1-0 British Columbia. As that brings up the leadoff man, Taichi Murakami. And again, playing with the ghost runner at second in these extra inning games. First pitch taken outside. A big secondary from Gonzalez. Lumberjacks set up to turn two. Kazuya Ohira shaded way over towards the second base bag at short. Another one in the left center. Thomas has a much easier time coasting to this one. He's been busy today. 2 away. As Junior Coleman will settle his way up. It'll be the bottom of the order coming up for Oregon. Bliscoe, Ota, and Liu, who all came off the bench. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. British Columbia trying to pick up its first win of the season. All 4 of their games, close, competitive, and often back and forth. Big lead from Gonzalez. There he goes. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw by Wheeler is high and not in time. Michael Forrest had to do a bit of a leap to get to that one. So stolen base for Gonzalez and puts him in scoring position. If you're the Bombers, you would love to add an insurance run. Already leading 1-0. Gonzalez bringing around. Thompson was placed at second. Towards the hole at short. Charging is Ohira. Throws across his body. And a really nice play from Kazuya to set down the Bombers in the 8th. The damage is done. Garrett Gonzalez delivers to lead off the inning, plating Jonathan Hall Thompson. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Free baseball at Palm Springs Stadium and the last chance for the Lumberjacks. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 8th inning. Extra innings at Palm Springs Stadium. And the last chance for the Lumberjacks as they now trail 1-0. A new pitcher for British Columbia, Nathan Rubel, pitching in his second game of the season. He got hit around a bit against the MLB China team. Over an inning and a third, 3 hits, a couple earned runs, and a walk surrendered. So he's looking to pick up a save. For the left-hander, 6'2", 210 pounds, out of McPherson College, native of Cordova, Tennessee. Brandon Fields will be the runner placed at second base as he struck out to end the 7th. 7, 8, 9, Chris Bliscoe, Yashin Ota, and Guan Ming Lu are the scheduled hitters. High leverage spot, lefty on lefty matchup to get things started. So Rubel's ready to go. Towards the third base side of the rubber. Inching off is Fields, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Garrett Gonzalez, the first batter in the top of the 8th inning for the Bombers, able to play Jonathan Hall-Thompson. And that's where we stand, 1-0. 5 hits combined between both sides as the fastball misses up and in, coming in at 84 miles an hour. Breeze picking up a bit more, now going right to left. The next offering, check swing, ooh. Called high. The box thought it was a good pitch.
Might have been right on the edge of the strike zone, but a tough call, could have gone either way.
Oto waiting on deck. And there goes the runner. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw down to third. Out is the call at third. A bizarre play. I don't know if Brandon Fields did that on his own. He runs well, trying to steal third with nobody out and a left-handed batter at the plate.
Evan, my jaw is dropped. Fields was halfway to third. He had it stolen. I do not know how Goodwin got him out. That was a laser to third base.
And a good one, another one of these fantastic catches that throws well as the 2-2 is sprayed out of the plate to the left side. We've mentioned it at least a couple times. The catcher's positions have impressed us the most, especially during the MLB workout day. A lot of catchers who throw well. And the Bombers in a golden spot. 1 out and nobody on as the next one misses up and in. And if you're Rubel, you cannot put Bliscoe on. Absolutely cannot walk him. Leading 1-0 are the Bombers over the Lumberjacks. Slide step, and that pitch is a country mile outside. So after Goodwin catches Fields trying to steal third, who is placed as the ghost runner, Chris Bliscoe draws a walk. And it brings the winning run back to the plate. It's Yushin Ota, who's batting for the first time today. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. Very short lead at first. And Ota late on the fastball. I doubt we will see Bliscoe take off.
Yeah, I don't think you can risk something like that right now.
And especially Rubel is pretty quick to the plate. Going with a slide step, and a breaking ball stays inside.
Another close one goes against Rubel.
Working deliberately. 10th spot in a 1-run game in the 8th, and a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. The count moves to 1-2. The Bombers set up to turn 2. The left fielder Hoope playing fairly shallow and towards the line. Coleman and Murakami playing kind of a no doubles defense. The 1-2 pitch misses outside. Ramped it up a bit, 86 that time. Maybe a step and a half lead at the most from Bliscoe. As Rubel is set, that one's rocketed out to center field. Coleman has a beat on it, and he makes the grab. Junior Coleman had Yushin Ota played perfectly. That could have been trouble, but he had him shaded fairly deep and towards the alley. And a huge second out for Nathan Rubel and the Bombers, just one out away from their first win of the season.
It's like he looked in the future. I mean, you could not have been placed any better if you were Coleman out there in center.
It's Guan Ming Lu, his first at bat of the day, and he takes a little outside. Rubel ratcheting it back up, another one at 86. All three outfielders now fairly average depth. Still a short lead from Bliscoe, and a swing and a miss from Liu. Liu batting in the 9th spot. Kazuya Ohira waits on deck. Left on right the matchup. The breeze has stopped. Rubel trying to close out this pitcher's duel. Leading 1-0, and a called strike on the outside corner. The Lumberjacks are down to their final strike. Liu trying to stay alive, trying to avoid his Lumberjacks falling to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Nathan Rubel comes out of the bullpen, and he shuts the door on the Oregon Lumberjacks. That closes things out 1-0. Bombers over the Lumberjacks, playing an extra inning of baseball at Palm Springs Stadium. The Bombers pick up their first win of the season, playing 4 very competitive and entertaining games in the early going. The Lumberjacks fall to 1-2 on the young season. On behalf of my partner, Brian Yantelson, I'm Evan Schmeiser. That closed out a game with just 5 combined hits between both teams, and it came down to an extra inning where a ghost runner had to be used for the only run of the afternoon. We'll be back at 12:30. Ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful Sunday, the Palm Springs Power taking on the Washington Blue Sox. Brian Yantelson will be on the call for that matchup, and Danny Maha will hop over from the public address announcer booth. So long for now. We'll see you in about 45 minutes.